you a gun and a chance attack. March you off to hell, only some come back. Only God knows why, I still wanna buy. Crying out for love. We're crying out for love. Crying out for love. Leaders haven't learned something many times. Propaganda fails conscientious minds. Fashion blood is the cost of dictators' pride. Crying out for love. Crying out for love. We'll cry with anger. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Was the one and lost so-called times of peace. If it's not over oil, it's religious feet. If it contradicts the one above. We're crying out for love. We're crying out for love. I cry with anger. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.
Good evening and welcome to the show. I'm Keith Woodhouse. This is the WOT Show on Radio Woking. My guests in the studio who are going to be playing live music a bit later on are Stone Heroes. No the about it. It is just Stone Heroes. And we'll be chatting to them as well. Few technical difficulties at the moment, but Dan is beavering away out there. Last time I saw he's taking a blowtorch to the mixing desk. So hopefully he'll be able to sort that. But luckily, we have someone who's come along with them who I've been trying to get on the show for quite a while now. Young Gail Thibert.
Take the L away, please. I'm not a Tilbert. Thibert.
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 Yeah, look,
Gail
where do I get an L from?
Everybody does it.
Yeah.
No, it's...
Have you spelt your name wrong on Facebook?
No. I spelled my name correctly. Just, everyone likes to take letters out, put letters in. It's like Scrabble, you know, having a...
You see, I cheat at that as well.
You know, it's quite good, though, because if anyone tries to do identity theft on me, they'll probably get
it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Thibert.
Thibert.
Thibert?
Yes.
You know, I've always thought of you as Gail Thibert.
Well, no.
No?
That's someone else.
But it doesn't matter because I get everything wrong, doesn't it?
Well, you don't get everything wrong. You're absolutely wonderful. And yes, you're right. You have been asking me for a very long time to come on the show, and here I am.
Here you are. That's
by pure fluke.
Yeah, it really is by accident. Yeah. And I said to Des, I said, oh, it's a shame Gal's not here. She could have come in and done that bit what I've wanted to do for ages. And he said, she's outside. And I said, go and get her. So that was it. Well, as it is such a quick thing that we're doing here and we've not prepared, what I'll do is I'll play another song and then we'll have a chat about you
Me,
and
me,
your
me.
book, and also your new band.
Oh, yes.
And disturbs your life. Did you earn all you could? But now with the end inside, what a fine line. We walk all our lives, Johnny, don't be shy. We always die in our dream. Oh, Johnny, don't be shy, no. Must we always die in our dream? Johnny, don't be shy, no. We always die in our dream. No, don't be shy. There's no reason why. Don't change your mind. Don't be shy. Over time, what you see, you will find. The mind's eye deceives and disturbs. Did you earn all you could?
I'm just going to have to cut this short a bit there, unfortunately, because I didn't know Gail was going to be here. So let's just take that down a little bit there, take that over to there, that over to there. And I've got to be careful what I do. Yeah, that's it. So that's out. That was Retro Blue, and it's a great track, but it goes on for 6 minutes. So, Johnny, don't be shy. And my headphones are no good as well. They're crackling away, so it sounds as if I'm having Cocoa Pops or something for dinner. Anyway, my guest is Gail Thibert.
Well done.
Look at that.
Fantastic.
My French knows no bounds.
Absolutely. Just think like how you say camembert for the bear on the end, B-E-R-T.
Right.
Camembert, so Thibert.
Well,
And in French the H is silenced, T-H-I, as in
T-H-I is silent.
T-Bear. Yeah.
Thibert. So you family come over with the Normans, did they?
I have no idea. I know, but apparently my granddad was the black sheep of the family, and they kicked him out of France and ended up in England.
Oh.
I ended up working in the Savoy as a chef, apparently. And there's not many of us Thiberts over here.
No, and I've had dinner or cream tea in the Savoy.
Oh, well.
No, dinner.
Very nice.
Overlooking the Thames.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So can hold my head high. Well, not that high, but I
They
can
let
hold
you
it
in,
up.
then?
Hold it up. Yeah, I didn't put a shirt on, of course.
I'm not
but
sure I'd be allowed in them kind of places, only through the kind of tradesman's entrance.
I think the Savoy are pretty good on that, and they will let anyone in as long as you can pay. But I was on a voucher anyway.
I tell you what, when I go to posh places, I always feel like I'm cheating or I shouldn't be there. It's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, I very rarely go to anywhere like that. But if I do, if they ever said you got to wear a tie, I'd be stuffed because I haven't got a shirt that I could wear a tie with.
My son went to a proper meal, like a steakhouse place the other night. He belongs to the Special Needs Youth Club, and you can't get him out of jogging trousers, and there's a great big sign as you got in the door, like no jogging trousers. I thought, oh no, facepalm moment, but they were fine, thankfully.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. These steak places always make me think of Only Fools and Horses. I take you out for a proper meal down a Birdie Inn. And that's it.
With the Matthias Rosé in the wicker basket.
Oh, that's fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, and the stale bread in the wicker basket.
Yeah, exactly. That used to be the only wine, didn't it, in the 70s, Matthias Rosé.
Matthias Rosé and Blue Nun.
Oh, well, yes.
Black Tower.
Do they still make that?
I don't know if they make Black Tower, but Blue Nun's made a comeback, apparently.
Has it?
Yes.
Well, it's an antifreeze.
You got to be careful what you say. They could
I was
sue.
raised by nuns, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure they didn't
None of
make
them
that
were
wine,
blue.
did they?
Some of them are grey. Grey nun in my case.
Right, let's move on to something else before we get legal letters from wine companies. But as it happens, Blue Nun is one of the few wines that I drink. And,
is it?
Yeah, and I remember drinking copious amounts in the 70s. And yes, it has. They've brought it back.
I can remember drinking Pomaine.
Pomaine, that was champagne cider.
99p a bottle.
Champagne, cider, champagne, something like that.
Pomaine on Wimbledon Common after school.
Yeah, but this brings me nicely on to your book.
Yes.
Which is called Soap the Stamps and Jump the Tubes.
Soap the Stamps, Jump the Tube. Absolutely.
And I
You've read it?
I've read it a little while ago now, about 4 or 5 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to try and remember what happened.
Yeah.
But as far as I remember, you talking about school there, having your drinks on Wimbledon Common after school. Mm-hmm. It's quite a feature of the book of the things you got up to.
I drank a lot of cider when I was younger, and the cider of the choice was Merrydown. And I think a lot of antics were based around copious amounts of snake bite and cider and so forth. But I've survived. I'm still here.
Yeah. And then you went up to secondary school, and what happened then?
Well, that was when the Blue Nun appeared, I think.
So you went to a convent school?
I did go to a convent school. I was very well behaved, actually. I sort of waited until I left school to dye my hair blue. And the funny thing is, I can remember going back. All my friends went on to A levels because they were brainy. I went on to art school because I was more artistic. And my hair was blue by then. And I went back to visit the friends in the A levels. Went back into the school, and I had to go in, and one of them wanted a drink. And the head teacher, the head nun, Sister Anne, came chasing after me, seeing the blue hair, and I think I had the new romantic trousers of the time with, Miro print on it, and chasing after, you can't, I know you're in the sixth form, but you can't have blue hair. And I just looked at her and said, I've left school, actually. And then she was like,
in that case, you're trespassing
now?
on your bike.
Exactly.
Get the dogs.
Yeah, no, she was nice as pie when she knew that I wasn't one of her pupils and setting a bad example. But they did quickly put a paper bag over my head and hurry me out, so I wasn't a bad influence on anybody else.
I always think of the Blues Brothers as well when I think of convent schools.
Quite right too. Quite right too. Yeah. We had one nun, we used to call her Batman, Sister Beatrix, and she was always chasing after people for wearing the wrong uniform. And I can remember, it's in the book that actually this bit got edited out, and had a friend called Sebastian. Sebastian is mentioned in the book. And I was sitting around his flat in Elephant and Castle, and I met this new girl, Fiona. And we were talking about schools, and she was going, yeah, I went to school. Like, I went to a convent school. Yeah, so did I. Oh, I went to Wimbledon. Yeah, so did I. And we started talking about the nun, and we didn't kind of like, penny didn't drop until it was like, hang on a minute, we went to the same school, absolutely.
So how many convent schools were there in Wimbledon to mix them all up?
Just the one, yeah. There had been copious amounts of cider drunk at that particular time, yes.
Because it is focused around the music a lot and your life. And
well, the whole story, Keith, is based on living in Morden, which was very boring at the time, and I'm assuming it probably still is, you know. It's kind of the end of the Northern Line. And when you're sort of 15, 16, punk came along. I wanted a piece of the action. I didn't have any punk friends. And I put an advert in Sounds, music paper. And as a result of putting the advert in Sounds, I got 70 replies, which in those days, before social media, that was quite a lot. I met all sorts of weirdos, including a foot fetishist, and who I declined, I have to say. And it was all the different pen pals I met, and one of them I ended up sharing a bedsit in South Kensington with. And from that, one of my pen friends got me into my first band, which was a band called Adventures in Colour. And from Adventures in Colour, we met the Lost Cherries, and I ended up playing keyboards and backing vocals for Lost Cherries for 2 years. And then after that, it was a succession of various squats, strange jobs. One of the strange jobs was a toy tester, so I took out teddy bears' eyes for a living. The threat of the Teddy Bear Liberation Front after me for a while. But after I come out of hiding, carried on. So it's my journey. It's my journey as a young punk.
Yeah, and it certainly it pulls no punches on how you felt and your feelings about it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot written about punk, and there's a lot written about the big names. You know, people will write who've been in a band. There's a lot more well-known than the bands I was in. But I like to think that it's written from the ground floor, the sort of the ground zero level of being a punter, watching the bands, experiencing that, seeing what's going on, in front of the stage rather than on the stage.
Right, and well, it certainly inspired me, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. In the meantime, this is Maluka. Presumably I've said that right. I mean, how would you pronounce that?
Oh, here we go. I've got to put my glasses on, look. Here we go.
They're in capital letters.
Oh, don't ask me, I'm dyslexic.
It's spelled Melaleuca, and End Communications. That was Melaleuca, and I was outside. Oh, professional as ever.
All good.
And in communications. But yeah, we were talking about your book and how you've inspired me.
Ah.
And I've actually started writing a blog. I have given it a title. I've called it Scary Monsters and Super Freaks, which is about my following David Bowie. Right from the very first time when I saw someone showed me a picture of him, you know, and we're going up, and we're just at the part now where I'm trying to get a gig for my a ticket for my first gig, which was the Ziggy Stardust tour.
I love that. There's quite a few inspirational stories from fans, isn't there? If you listen and you chat. Did you ever see there was a theatre play done by disabled actors? Me and Des saw it at the Theatre Royal in Stratford, and it was about Ian Dury. Des will have to refresh my memory what it was called.
Yeah.
But it was all about these fans going to get tickets to see Ian Dury.
Right.
They never actually got to the gig, but it was all the adventures along the way. It was brilliant.
Yeah, I don't know that play, to be honest, and I never ever got to see Ian Dury either. The nearest I got was being outside Guildfest when he played live there.
I've seen the Blockheads.
Yeah, I've seen the
They're
Blockheads
brilliant.
a few times. In fact,
Yeah. They played Butlins, I think.
I've seen them at Undercover.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah, good band.
yeah.
Well, we know all the songs, don't we? We've grown up with one of those songs.
Exactly. So, yes, and of course, we'll be at Undercover Festival in a few weeks' time.
We will.
The time is coming up fast now, March the 6th and 7th, which is only about 3 weeks away.
Is it sold out yet?
4
Can
weeks.
you still get tickets?
You can still get tickets, yes. You can get tickets online if you go to undercoverfest.com.
That's worth a free T-shirt, isn't it, Mick?
And the other thing that I must plug is my website. Dan said to me the other day, he said, I didn't even know you had a website. I've known him for about 6 months. So my website is WOTZINE, WOTZINE.co.uk, and on there I've got videos of the band's old shows and things, and Janine has got an Undercover T-shirt on out there. She's waiting to get in.
Well, you can't
and get
see it
sound
because you're
checked.
standing in the way of the window,
sorry.
but
Yeah.
too late now.
She'll be in a minute anyway, doing her thing with Stone Roses. I'm so worried about.
She's going to slap you for that,
no, Stone Heroes.
Stone Heroes.
Oh, I can't believe I've done that. If you hadn't have nodded,
I think we're going to
have
have to charge you £1 for every time you say that.
Oh, this is awful.
You're going to be skint by the end of the evening.
I will be, yeah. I'm not going to talk about them again. That's it. The band that has no name, if I'm going to get charged for it all the time.
I like that you're doing your book, and I think you should really carry on with that. And if saying that you were inspired, I take that as a real compliment, because quite a few people turned around after reading mine and said, yeah, I think I could do better than that. No, they didn't say that at all. But it's nice that they were inspired to put pen to paper. And I think what it is that to see an everyday person, if you can call me that, come out and write their story. And I have dyslexia, so it took me a really long time.
Yeah.
And every time I write 3 words, I've got to correct at least one of them. So it took a long time to actually write and correct and all the rest of it. So, yeah, if I can do it, you can do it too. As in you, the collective you, the audience.
Sure. So, yeah, you can find mine online at Scary Monsters Super Freaks.
Is it out? Have you published it?
No, I'm doing it as a blog on the web.
Yes, yeah.
On the web. And I've actually got a Facebook page as well. Super Freaks, I think it's called. No, it's Scary Monsters and Super Freaks.
So you can't even remember the name
no,
of your own book.
No, can't remember the name of my own.
Is there any extra L's in it?
I do so. Yeah, exactly. I do so many different things that I lose track of what I'm actually doing.
We all do that.
And it really does get a mess. And I feel that I'm an organised person because I do keep a diary. I've got an electronic now, so I've got it on my phone with me all the time.
Well, that's the thing about diaries, isn't it? At the time, you just jotted down what you'd done for you start off with, I had breakfast, I had a bath. And when I was about 12, I kept a diary, and the most exciting thing that ever happened when I was 12 was I had a bath, And as it got, you get to have a bit more of an interesting life, and you read back and you kind of, because you can't remember everything, can you? And you go back and you remember, like when I was doing my book, I put some diary extracts in, and as I was reading through the old diaries, and there's people that I've written about, and I've gone as if they're the most important person in the world, and then I'm scratching my head sort of 20 years later going, who was that? Yeah.
Yeah, when I say a diary, I'm not actually writing down what I did through the day, because that could be used in evidence.
Well, I did have to change a few names, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I've thought that, and I've just used initials and that. Some of the names I have used, who I have checked with, or sadly are no longer with us.
Yes, I had that as well.
So yeah,
some of the people I actually emailed them the chapters to check that they were okay with it and they weren't going to sue me for anything. And obviously, people that's passed by, it's obviously it's a shame, but there's dedications to people that have passed over as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do notice you got a Witch Doctors T-shirt on.
do.
They were my guests last week.
Were they? Fantastic.
Yes, and we did something that they have very rarely ever done in their long distinguished career, and they played acoustically.
Did they?
Yes, Andy and Tony played acoustically.
Have you got a podcast of it somewhere?
No, I've actually put the video on YouTube today, on my YouTube channel, which I forget to tell everybody about as well.
Please tell us about your YouTube channel,
WOTZine, WOTZine. As you can see, I've tried to brand it all, WOT. So we've got the WOT Show, WOTZine, and other things. So trying to make it easy for people to remember, and I forget myself to tell people about it. So yes, there is a channel, a YouTube channel, and I actually put a video up today of last week's show, but you've reminded me that I must get a copy of last week's show so as I can make a podcast on it, because I am on Mixcloud as well.
Oh, good old Mixcloud. Well
so yes, so I'm on there as well, but I can't remember what my channel is on that. There's dozens of shows on there.
You can always post it on Facebook later on.
Yeah, I will. I'll put it on Facebook later on. Let me play another track. This is a band who have just either released a new album or just about to release a new album. And I spoke with one of them the other week, and we're going to try and get them in to play live, because they came in previously and they were absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to hear this new album. This is an older track of theirs from Holy Faction, Temperature Rise.
Trace or a reason why you hide behind a faded smile. I feel my temperature rise. Now, the time has come. Could be the one. Question all those lies. Just take your time, forever young. I feel my temperature rise.
If you're enjoying what you've seen, hit the subscribe button and never miss another video that we put up. It's over there. Look, over there. Look, it's here, down there. And then hit the bell and you'll be notified every time we put up another video. Right, after my faux pas with the Stone Roses, they are actually the Stone Heroes, no the either. I've been told off for that. And also, Holy Faction don't have a new album coming out. That is Slow Faction that I've been talking to. So, if you are a little confused, I do apologise, and you're all rushing out to get your Holy Faction tickets and their new album. Well, they are no more. It is Slow Faction that have a new album out. So, when Slow Faction turned up, I would have said, "Who are you?" I'm waiting for Holy Faction. So, yes, I'm absolutely positive. Anyway, I have Stone Heroes in with me at the moment because we have some major technical difficulties out in the control room. So we don't know what's happening. What? Don't keep raising your eyebrows at me. You make me think as if I'm doing something wrong.
You normally are.
Yeah, I know I normally am, but I looked at Lou and she starts sort of like going like that, you know, as if to say you're doing it wrong.
Twitch.
Yeah. Oh, it's a nervous twitch. Oh, well, that's all right. As long as it's a nervous twitch, I don't mind. Let's get you to introduce yourselves first. Come on, Auntie Janine. Over you come.
What am I meant to say? I'm Janine Ray.
And you're
I'm
the singer.
I'm the lead vocalist, or front lady. That's it.
Well, we've got to do it quick. I'm off air at 8.
Yeah.
Flegel guitar.
Des drums.
Martin bass.
Dave lead guitar.
Louise, guitar.
So how many guitars we got?
Too many.
3.
3 guitars. And do you all have to play in unison?
Now we're in the Stone Heroes.
Oh, boom, boom. Oh, he's here all week, folks. Yeah. Dum, dum, I'll do the jokes. Thank you. But,
All right, Clive.
right, Stone Heroes. You've brought along a copy of your album, luckily.
Yeah.
Might be the only thing.
And we'll be playing a track. I think you're going to need to come a bit more closer to the microphone. It's not going to hear you out there.
What do you want, a cappella?
A cappella, yes. That would be good, wouldn't it?
No.
Because
No, not really, no.
Oh, Auntie Janine.
I don't mind.
Auntie Janine. Because
No.
the reason I call you Auntie Janine because your nephew is in a band who I had on the show, and
Yeah.
they've changed their name, haven't they?
They have,
Yes,
indeed.
last week.
Yeah.
What have they changed it to?
Through Your Eyes.
Through Your Eyes. See,
And Omnibus are now called Through Your Eyes.
see how easy it is to do it. You see,
It's really hard.
you're always
Well, I'm not used to
criticising
it
me
yet.
of getting the names wrong, you see, and then you've gone and done it. First chance you had, you know, you had a national, in fact, worldwide audience. There's people in Mogadishu going,
Well, I
got
only
their
found
name
out
wrong.
about it 3 days ago.
eh? Oh, I knew about it last week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, yeah. I look at Facebook. I had notification on Facebook to say that Omnibus had changed their name to Through Their Eyes,
Yeah.
right? Not Through Your Eyes, as some people might try and
Oh,
tell
I
you.
thought it was. Yours.
Oh, is it? I thought it was there.
No.
Oh, it's your. No, you've confused me.
We'll have to go and check, won't we?
Yeah, we will. Right. I will do that during the break, like as if we get a chance for a break. But you're going to be playing Undercover Festival, which of course you have played previously, haven't you?
6 altogether, I think, with the Winter Warmers.
6 with Winter Warmers. Yes, because
yeah.
we tend to forget about the Winter Warmers, which came sort of like November, December times. I don't know how I can forget one of them when they didn't turn the heating on. And I was
Yes.
literally on stage with a hat and coat.
Likewise, yes.
So that was a great one. And then, of course, we shifted down to the City Club down in Guildford. So sadly, this is going to be the last Undercover. And it is really a sad moment. It seems to have been going longer than the 8 years that it has.
Yeah.
And Martin, you've been very involved in backstage as well, haven't you? Come on over. Because you not only get up on stage and play, but you've been stage manager and all sorts at the Undercover festivals.
Yeah, I started off doing the ticket exchange and then ended up being a stage manager for stage 2 after Elaine handed over the pint of Guinness baton
Right.
to me.
And you've worked your way up, you see, from cabin boy to captain, as it were. So you started on wristband exchange.
Still voluntary work, though.
Well, so's cabin boy, right?
So's playing.
Yeah.
So, but you've worked your way up through the ranks, so you've seen it from the bottom up, as it were.
Yeah, very much so.
And you, of course, are very technical. You can plug things in and out, because I remember you being...
If you want me to try and fix what's going on...
Yeah, I was just about to say. Could you go and give Dan a hand? I mean, I feel sorry for Dan, because he's rushing around like mad, and when we got this time limit on. But luckily, you have brought a copy of the album.
We have Clive, yes, Clive.
Yeah, it's Clive, yeah.
Right, Fleagle's mic is definitely going off. Definitely.
And we're going to mime to it.
That's a good idea. Air guitar. Yeah. You know what? I saw well, I can't say their whole name, but the Itchy...
Park.
No, but they were all girl punk band anyway. Yeah, please, thank you.
I'm friends with one of the itchy tits.
Yeah,
No, it's
can
not
you
a
stop?
swear word.
Stop saying that.
It's boo.
Just a minute. I'll decide what the swear words are.
It's
Thank you. Yeah, all right. We've got the picture. Want to hear this story or not?
Go on in.
Thank you. Very kind. Right, your mic's going down as well. And one of them, the guitarist, her string broke, and she didn't have a spare guitar. And they only had a short slot. So they carried on the band without her. So someone at the side is restringing her guitar. So she stood there and did air guitar, but was actually moving her hands to where the notes would have actually been, which I thought was quite clever.
Professionalism.
Very, very professional. Very professional.
Notice the difference, I'm sure.
Anyway, this is Venus in Furs and Teen Pop Riot. I mean, fancy putting it all in one word. How am I supposed to read that? Venus in Furs, named after that famous Velvet Underground track, and Dan's here. Oh, we might be in business. The band are off to sound check. So this is exciting times now.
See you later.
Yeah, we might be
Alligator.
able to get this in before the 7 o'clock news, but we might be lucky, we might not. So it's just me and you again, Gal, to sail this ship
Hello.
through stormy waters. So, you actually have a radio show yourself, don't you?
I do. My show is actually called Soap the Stamps.
Soap the Stamps. And in case
Soap
you
the
don't
Stamps
know what
radio
Soap
show.
the Stamps means, just explain.
Oh, so in the old days, we didn't have much money, and we lived.
This is totally illegal, by the way.
We lived in a paper bag in the middle of the motorway. We had no money, and we didn't. I didn't do this, but allegedly. When I was in Lost Shares, we had fan mail, and people would put soap over the stamp so that when it was franked, you could wipe the frank mark off, steam the stamp off, stick it down onto your new
that's
post.
totally illegal.
It is illegal. That's why they now have those stickers for stamps that you can't
that
pull
you
off and the
can't
little
do.
perforations in because of like one or two naughty people in the punk movement.
Yeah. It's amazing how all of these things happen, but as you
And
say,
jump
you
in the
can't do
tube
it.
as well,
Yeah.
totally illegal.
Totally.
Allegedly, this is what people did.
It's a lot more
they
difficult
could
now.
run before they had those barriers they
Yeah.
have now. It was nobody there, and you just ran. Allegedly, people ran past.
And we're on the
And,
tube, yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So it's a misspent youth.
I thought it was a well-spent move, personally.
Unlike me, who was a pillar of
Well,
society.
who wants to kind of get to sort of what they call their dotage and have nothing to say? Well, what did you
Exactly.
do when you were younger, Grandma? Well, just ate a few biscuits and watch Coronation Street. That's not going to make a book, is it?
No, it's not. No,
Yeah,
no.
there you go.
So you're absolutely right, and it is a great read. It really
Thank
is.
you.
And
You can buy a copy online,
I was
folks.
just about to say
Go
that.
for it. It sounds better. No, it sounds better coming from someone
'cause
else.
I don't know where you can get it.
Okay. Well, I do have a website which is www.soapthestamps.com actually, soapthestamps.com, and that has the links to where you can get it. It's got reviews, a few photos, and then we got a bit bored. You can get it from all your usual outlets too,
Which is
Amazon, Goodreads. Oh gosh, it was published on Unbound, but you can only get digital copies from Unbound because that's where they're focusing. If you want a paperback, and if you want a signed paperback, contact me directly on soapthestamps.com. Click the email, and I will personally sign one and send it out to you for a few quid. And yeah, I don't know where else it's available. Bookshops, if you order it, you can get one.
Do you keep copies with you when you go to gigs?
I have done. I've run out. I've down to about 10 copies now.
Ah.
So we're very limited. I need to order some more. I'm doing a book jam soon, February the 27th, I think it is. It's a Sunday, Elephant and Castle. It's in aid of, it's a Grief Matters, in aid of Grief Matters charity in Southwark, raising money to help people go through the grieving process.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
great cause.
It
But
is.
you did something recently, was it a Dublin castle?
So yeah, with Tony Gleed and Julie Hamill, the Rock and Roll Book Club. So we did that in October. That was great fun, and I appeared on Tony Gleed's Boogaloo Radio the day beforehand. I've been on Spiz FM with the book as well, and I'm getting really nice feedback from it, which is brilliant, because it's when you're writing, especially if it's an autobiography, it's part of your soul, it's part of you you're selling. And so if somebody's going to be negative, it's like they're being personally, you can take it really personally, but people have been really lovely.
Yeah, that's
Well, to
the
my
thing
face, anyway.
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing
I have
that
no
worries
idea what's
me.
going on behind my back.
I am not good at taking criticism.
Well,
so it is a bit concerning to me when
what made me laugh is when I was writing it, and because I went through the crowdfunding process, is a certain person turning around to me and saying, "Well, I'm writing my book, but mine's going to be better." And I thought, "You haven't even read mine. How do you know yours is going to be better?" So it's quite funny how
Please
people
don't name any names.
I won't.
No.
Yeah.
Right, we've just got time for one more song, and then we've got the 7 o'clock news. So hopefully we will have Stone Heroes up and ready. I can see that there is movement out there, so something's happening. But we do have a live feed on Facebook, so it's something else that I should have been perhaps promoting a little bit more. It's the WOT Show Live, I believe, the page. But just Google the WOT Show Live, and I'm sure Live Studio, something like that.
Is it on your Facebook now?
It's not on my Facebook now.
Right.
No, I'm on my Facebook now.
But surely,
I
if
can't
somebody's
do it.
listening to this now, they don't need to Google it because they found it because they're listening to it.
No, that's not this one.
Oh.
That's not this one.
You're
This is another
confusing me.
feed altogether.
Right.
Which is going to be coming from the studio when they play live.
Oh, I see.
So it's completely...
People have got to switch over, have they?
Yes, because we're going to be actually finishing now
I
on
see.
Facebook. Anyway, let's play this song.
Let's put a link.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Where's the
Fragile
link?
Creatures. I'll have to wait till I can get on. Let me.
do
Can
it.
I just play the?
Don't let me interrupt you.
Oh, that's very kind of you. This is Fragile Creatures and the Meaning of Life.
He read it in a magazine, a vision of the future obscene. Soon enough, when the world begins resembling, it's all too late. As if once he thought of it, somebody was bound to realize it. Don't you know when you open up Pandora's box, there's no closing it, and it's right in front of me. The life I was gonna lead, there isn't much hope for it now. Forget about the meaning of life, I just want to make it through the night. I just want to survive. Now war's not but for victory, it's just a process to destabilize things. Just a means to an end while they play that lonely game. Behind closed doors, now nobody reads the magazines, and the shops are filled with vending machines. I wander through near empty streets where no one speaks. It's all too deep, there's no complexity, just the right and the wrong of things. So it isn't hard to obey. Forget about the meaning of life, I just want to see it all in black and white. I just want to survive. Forget about the meaning of life, I just want to make it through the night. I just want to survive. Forget about the meaning of life, I just want to make it through the night. I just want to survive. Forget about the meaning of life, I wish that I could make you feel alive. But it's too late to try.
Fragile Creatures and the Meaning of Life. You're listening to Keith Woodhouse. This is the WOT Show on Radio Woking. I'd just like to...